On this episode of the Whiskey Tornado, we review Woodford Reserve Masters Collection 118.4 proof. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Tornado. I'm your host, Lance. Today, I'm excited to review Woodford Reserve Masters Collection, the 118.4 proof batch. Sometimes these are hit and miss, so I'm really excited to get into this for you guys today. And special treat today, in addition to reviewing this for you, I am going to taste it side by side with the 2021 batch of Old Forester Birthday Bourbon, so we can see how close these two are. If you're new to the Whiskey Tornado, I will quickly explain our scoring system. If you've heard this a million times, just use the timestamps below. Skip ahead to the section you want to see. Here on the Whiskey Tornado, we have 7 categories. We rank 0 to 1, 0.5 being an average score. We start with 2 handicapped categories. Those are appearance and availability. Then we move on to the nose, palate, finish, body, and value. At the end, we add all those scores up. Any score of 3 or better means it's bunker worthy. Feel safe buying that for your bar. Any score of 4 or better means it's bunker worthy. Buy some extra just in case the bourbon you love is no longer made. All right, guys, with all that being said, let's get into our first category. Let's talk about the appearance of Woodford Reserve. So this is a tough one for me, guys. When this bottle first came out, I absolutely hated it. I think ADHD Whiskey mentioned it looked like a bowling pin to him, and I haven't been able to get that out of my head. It still does resemble a bowling pin to me, but I've grown to love this the longer I've seen it sitting on my shelf. So it's a little better than average just because it's so unique. But it's not great because it's so weird that it looks like a bowling pin. So we're going to give it a 0.6. All right, guys, moving on to our second handicapped category, and that is availability. Again, keep in mind it's handicapped because availability is always a sliding scale. It's going to vary from state to state, and as a bottle gets further from its release date, it's going to be harder and harder to find, especially if we've given it a good review. Now, I did not see any of these on the shelves. I got a call from Ray at Harvest Market, so shout out to them for hooking us up with this bottle so we could review it. But that's the only time I've seen this bottle, so it's less than average, very allocated, very hard to find. We're going to give it a 0.2 on availability. All right, guys, let's get into the good stuff. Let's talk about the nose. We're going to get a good pour of this. As you can see, I have already been into this bottle, and I don't want to give the review away, but so far, I'm loving this one. All right, we're going to swirl it in our glass, coat the glass a little bit, and let's smell. Man, this is good. This is the kind of nose, if you guys wonder about my palate, man, this is the nose I love. It is deep, it is rich. It's brown sugar, like deep brown sugar. Sweet oak, so not like a drying oak or over oaked product. This is just that sweet oak, brown sugar, chocolate. And then I'm starting to pick up orange zest in a lot of bourbons, and I'm getting orange zest on this too on the nose. It smells dusty, smells aged, even though, you know, these Woodford Reserves are non-age stated, so there's probably some younger whiskey in there. But due to the heat cycling in the warehouses, it smells aged. It smells so good. I absolutely love the nose on this. I'm going to give it a 0.9. All right, let's get to the palate. Cheers, everybody. It's so good. This is so good. I'm surprised. I've had some of these I have not liked. This one is hitting all those notes for me. That first sip, a lot of what I got on the nose. Sorry, I'm getting a hug. I'm getting a long finish. It's a good bottle. That first sip was sweet oak, and chocolate for me. Sweet oak, brown sugar, chocolate on the first sip. Very, very nice. All right, second sip. Oh, there we go. There's that Brown Foreman classic, like bananas Foster. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Bananas, caramel, creaminess. Reminds me of Birthday Bourbon, which is why I want to taste it side by side. I haven't had a pour of Birthday Bourbon in a while, so I'm curious to see if my mind's just crazy, if they're not as similar as I think they are. But man, this has all those good characteristics of a good Birthday Bourbon. That deep brown sugar, caramel bananas Foster, creme brulee, chocolate. God, this is gorgeous. All right, third sip here. Man, there's that orange zest with the chocolate, with the like jalapeno spice, that barrel spice on the back end. It's really going. Ooh, man, this is good. I'm gonna give it a 0.8. This is exceptional on the palate. All right, the body for me is I mean, it's 118 proof. You've got all that creamy richness, nice viscosity, not drying my palate out, which is really nice for something that has this much sweet oak. I really like the body. I don't know if I would put it in exceptional category, but it's darn good. We're gonna give it a 0.7. All right, I'm gonna take one more sip just to rate the finish here for you guys. I think I know what it's gonna be though. Oh, it's like banana Foster, sweet oak, transitions to chocolate, into jalapeno spice, still lingering. It's an exceptional finish, and it's mostly sweet oak and chocolate on the finish. And it just keeps going and going. And it does have that like nice prickly spice, like jalapeno peppers that I just absolutely love in a bourbon. We're gonna give it, it's exceptional. The finish is really nice. We're gonna give it a 0.8. All right, value on this guy. This is gonna be the category that hurts this because it is $130 limited release bourbon, but it's really good. Now for me, there aren't many bourbons that taste better than what I would spend for $130. So if I'm paying $130 for a bourbon, it better be damn good. It better be bunker worthy. And this, I believe, is gonna be, but the value is just average because it's $130. If this were, you know, an $80 bottle, we're talking a 0.7, 0.8. It would be really good, even maybe even 0.9 on the value. But for $130, it better be damn good. I better have, you know, a 0.8 or better on at least the nose and the palate, and this does that. So we're gonna give it an average score of 0.5. All right, guys, that brings the total score for the Masters Collection Woodford Reserve Batch 118.4 proof to a 4.1, making it bunker worthy. And I think that's exactly where this should be. Now, the interesting thing is going to be, I want to taste this side by side with last year's Birthday Bourbon and see where we're at. All right, so I got a glass here. We got this beautiful Birthday Bourbon bottle. We're going to pour just a little bit because this stuff, I don't know if I'll ever get another bottle. So this is a shout out to Ray at Harvest Market as well, who hooked me up with the Birthday Bourbon. I've never seen one, never been able to get one, so I was very lucky to get this bottle. So let's smell these side by side. Well, on the nose, the Birthday Bourbon takes it. Oh my God. The level of condensed flavors is just stronger on the Birthday Bourbon. Now, was I right that they're similar, that they're in the same flavor profile? I believe so. They do have very similar smell. I mean, both are really nice, but that Birthday Bourbon is on another level. The nose is a 0.1, or a 1, I'm sorry. The nose on Birthday Bourbon is perfect for me. The nose on the Woodford was a 0.9. Smelling them side by side, I might have rated that a little high. It should have been maybe a 0.8. So, but man, this is perfection. Birthday Bourbon is perfection to me on the palate. So here we go. Tasting the Birthday Bourbon. It's creamy, a little more tannic, a little more bitter. Guys, I'm not sure if I like the birthday bourbon on the palate more than this Woodford Batch. Go side by side here. Boy, they're close. You guys are going to say I'm crazy. They are close. I'm going to take just a minute. I'm going to take a sip of the Woodford first and then the birthday bourbon. See where we're at. All right, here we go. Woodford. It's just a beautiful, well-balanced, well-rounded bourbon. It's sweet, not too drying, gives you a long finish. Definitely a bunker-worthy bottle. All right, on to the birthday bourbon. Birthday bourbon, definitely more oaked than the Woodford. There's more oak in there. So if you like it being a little more oaked, you're gonna like the birthday bourbon more. These are the same profile, guys. If you can't find birthday bourbon, run out, get batch 118.4. Is it as good? Probably not, but still, you're in the same flavor profile. If you've never had birthday bourbon, you can get an idea of what it tastes like if you can find the Woodford. Again, both of these extremely limited, extremely hard to find. But whereas you won't probably find a birthday bourbon in most bars, and if you do, you're going to pay a lot for a pour of it. You can find the Woodford batches in a bar or at a buddy's house if you can't find it in the stores. And as you know, both of these are Brown-Forman products, so they do have that same flavor profile. I thought this would just be a fun tasting to do because the Woodford batches remind me so much of the birthday bourbon on a lesser scale, of course, but you're getting, you're getting 60, 70% there. And I think they're closer than most people would admit. So it'll be interesting. I may have to throw this in some future blinds for our Patreon members and see what they pick. All right, guys, I hope this helps you decide what to buy, what to leave on the shelves. If you liked this episode, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you've had birthday bourbon or if you've had Woodford Reserve Masters Collection, let me know how you enjoy those. Always love hearing from you guys. If you're interested in merch, barrel picks, Patreon, anything like that, go to whiskeytornado.com. All right, until next time, cheers, everybody.
Shh.